Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, event ensemble, event professionals across the United States of America. We are here to party. Woohoo! This is the last day in May for event ensemble, and we met all 5 Thursdays. Boy, we've got it bad. It was social media May training, and we really rocked it. We'll be posting the videos, and I know some of you missed the CRM last week. Thank you very much, Miss Love CRMs, Linda Cazares. But I'll be posting the video later this week, so hang in there, and all members will have access to the video links. They are private links for members only, so please do not share the links. But I'm really excited about Pearl, because she's come in on the last Thursday to help us out. But before I get to that, I'm equally thrilled to announce that we have a fun, I hope you see it. Please tell me you see my browser with the event ensemble meeting. Pearl's nodding. We're going to have some fun next Thursday. It is an online at 9 meeting, just like normal. But we're going to do the to know you is to refer you day, and everyone is going to get to share one thing that you never do, two things that you must do, and three things that you always do. Now, I'm a huge advocate of saying you should not always do the same thing for every client, but in this particular case, there are things that you should always do, like you should always show up on time, right? And the one thing you should never do is never show up late. But I'm tipping my hand with how you read into these things. But essentially, knowing you and your service and your business and what you do and what your process is allows us to better refer you. And that's what next Thursday, first Thursday in June, that's 6/6 for those who need to know, we'll be discussing. And I closed this thought out with a crazy story. I referred a DJ friend of mine in California. So sent him a text, are you available? He said, yes. I said, contact this person regarding this date. Here's all their information, date of the event, time of the event, client's name, their phone number, their email address. And his response was, should I call them? Okay, Stacy, if I said somebody needed a photo booth, should you call them?
Yeah, well, however, yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was going to say I'll respond however they respond, or you want me to respond.
Yes, that is our typical mantra. But the truth is, if I say somebody needs a DJ or somebody needs a photo booth or somebody needs an event planner, don't wait for them to call you. You call them. You make the money, you make the call. It's your business, your responsibility. Don't assume just because they were copied on the email or the text message that they've got your information and that means that they're going to call you. They're not. You need to call them. And if it's a millennial, and I'm not trashing on G's, Z's, or millennials, but I called one the other day and she said, how dare you? Excuse me? How dare you call me? That's so private. You want to get in touch with me, you send me a text. Well, look at Mark. He's like shocked. But ultimately, in some fashion, if somebody passes you a referral, you've got to follow up, follow through. All right. So next Thursday, back on track here, we're going to be getting together for 1, 2, 3. One thing that you never do, 2 things that you must do, and 3 things that you always do. And that's how we can introduce you to those who can best benefit from your unique set of talents. And I'm looking forward to hearing from each and every one of you, and bring a friend. Okay, I'm going to get off my high horse and I'm going to introduce the most amazing, perfect planner ever. Lady Jewel is in the house, and for the love of Canva too, it's up to you.
Thank you, everyone. It's wonderful to be here. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna reshare because I remember I'm going to have some audio. Make sure I share with sound. All right. Well, welcome everyone. I hope you are having a fantastic day. It's good to see so many faces. Ooh, Dries got on camera for me. Hello. I am excited to talk about Canva. Love. Anyone who knows me knows I love Canva. Love is real. I will just say, just a really quick housekeeping. I'm not seeing the chat right now. Scott will be my chat person. So if you have any questions as we're going along, please feel free to drop them in the chat. And I know that Scott will graciously interrupt commentary whenever he deems fit. So let's get started. For those of you who don't know me, I wanted to give 7 quick stats about who I am. I grew up here in Phoenix, Arizona, been here since I was 5 years old, love the desert and do not like humidity. So this is a great place for me. Stat number 2, I love to travel a lot, which works out well because I have clients that allow me the ability to travel. Next on my list for fun or non-work related is Italy to visit my aunt and uncle who live actually in the heel of Italy. So I'm very excited. I haven't been there. I am a huge Disney fan. Huge. As in, if you walked into my house and you didn't pick that up, you are not observant because there is Disney all over the place. Number 4, I am known for my colorful, honestly, everything. Right now, I look a little calm, but as you can see in the portrait right here, from my hair to my clothes to just being around Canva, color is my thing. And I like to bring it into just about everything that I'm doing. By education and training before I start my business, I'm a marketer. So I come in with thinking about marketing and brand, even when planning and designing events. It's always about the story that you're telling and how it is building and elevating your brand. I started my event and branding business almost 8 years ago. It'll be 8 years in July, which is crazy when I say that out loud. I'm excited that I did because I don't know if I would have met all of you lovely people any other way. So it's really awesome that I started down this journey and stayed. And then Canva, I am a Canva power user. I have been using Canva for my business ever since I started it. I actually learned about Canva, it sounds like pretty much from the beginning because Canva just turned 10 last year. So this year they're turning 11. And I've known about them pretty much from the beginning and used them and have loved them ever since. So for anyone who doesn't use Canva, my goal is to get you on. And for those who are power users like me, well, let's chat. So what is new? That picture that I just had a moment ago was from Canva Create, which is their annual conference. This is the 3rd year that they've had it. And this is the first year they actually had it stateside. Canva's creators and owners are from Australia. So they've hosted it in Australia, but it's the first time they've had it stateside, had it in present. It was great to attend and they shared a lot. But we're going to talk about 7 today. And let me tell you, it took a lot to whittle it down to 7. So I'm proud that we got to that number. How many of you have never used Canva before or know very little about it? Okay, so I see Sandra, Stacy. Okay, so there are a few people. Just to give a quick update, Canva is an online design studio with a robust app for on the go. And when I say robust, I really mean that. You can, pretty much what you can do online and on their desktop tab, you can do on their mobile app. For those of you who haven't used Canva before, I'm going to have Scott drop a link to an older Canva presentation I've done. It gives you tips and tricks and benefits of using Canva that are still relevant today, because this is really talking about the updates that are coming up. And so I don't want to leave any of my newer or less seasoned users behind, but I also wanted to let you know this is all the new stuff. So let's get into it. And this is from the main stage. These are actually the owners right here of Canva. And the theme was work redesigned. So let's talk about that. Here are the 7 updates that we're going to be talking about. We're going to talk about the glow up. talk about highlights, Magic Studio redesigned, enhanced voice, efficiency, providing feedback, work kits, and learning courses. And please, just to let you know, I'm learning all the new things along with you. It's only been around for a week. I've been playing in there, I've been having fun, but know that we are all learning together. First one, the glow up. This is what they call updates. It was really fun, and I was very proud. I did my glow up. I updated my Canva right there in the keynote space. So I was very proud to be number 610 to go over to the glow up. But what is the glow up? They've redesigned their homepage and so much more. Canva did a really great kind of side-by-side comparisons. I just dropped that in here. So right now, if you have Canva and you haven't done the glow up, this is what your homepage looks like. In the glow up, it's a lot more streamlined. It's more focused on your content, your projects, and your design, which is lovely. For those of you who haven't yet, they were talking about, and they've been posting on their social medias, that the first 1,000,000 users to click here 7 times on your homepage, it'll say for you, click on it 7 times, and it opens up the glow up to you and it changes. And you get to try out all these new things and play. In the off chance that you don't like it, you can click on here on your account, go to settings, scroll down to the bottom and flip back to the old page and it'll take you back to this. However, I would suggest that you stay and play because ultimately this is the direction they're going. And at some point, they're going to transition you there anyway. Update number 2, highlights. I don't know, and some of you there, I learned as I was chatting with different attendees that probably because I've been a user for a long time, I had some updates that hadn't already been rolled out to everyone. And I just didn't know that. And one of them was something called recordings, where you can do, if you've ever used SenseSpark or Loom, honestly, Word has added it into PowerPoint, but you can record your presentations and have your face showing or just have the audio as you're narrating your presentations. Well, that's being sent out to everyone. And the reason that's lovely is now you can take that presentation or any video actually and create a clip. And they call those clips highlights. And a highlight is as simple as A, select the video you want to clip from, B, click on the scissor icon at the top of that page, C, there's a little bar, you move to select the section of the video you want and then click done. And there it is. And you've done a video clip of that video. So whether you're doing a podcast, you did a presentation, do your video, and you just want to send a quick teaser, you just want a truncated section, you can do that. This clip that I'm about to show you is the video itself wasn't very long. It's only a little over a minute, but this is about a 10-second clip just showing a previous Canva Create. And there it is. And so this way now, again, if you're doing any kind of video, you just want to do a quick clip. If you've done a video podcast and you want to create those clips that you can do to use as a teaser, you can do that now in Canva. Next, Magic Studio redesigned. For all the people that have used Canva and for Magic Studio has been part of what they've had for a while, but they have added quite more functionality. They've added a lot more magic. And I wish a friend of ours was here who has an interesting relationship with the word magic, but they've definitely added a lot more magic into Magic Studio. And we're going to talk about 3 of right now my current favorites. Going to do them out of order, but first we're going to talk about Magic Resize because that's been around for a while and I'm always going to bring it up. But this is where you can turn one design into multiple formats. So if anyone saw my post in EE, saying I'm excited to talk about Canva, all I did is I took the cover page of this presentation, clicked on Magic Resize to turn it into an Instagram post, and voila, done and done. I didn't have to recreate it.
Pearl, interrupting the flow. Sorry. Wendy wants to know, so you don't have to go to CapCut?
I don't know CapCut as well. CapCut's like another Hello Audio or something, just a way to edit audio without knowing their functionality. I'm not going to say you don't have to. What I will say is
Wendy's
now in
nodding yes.
Canva, what I will say is now in Canva, you can edit and clip and create clips of your videos within Canva.
Okay, audio and video or just video?
Right now it's video based, but you can, yeah, right now it's video placed specifically in highlights. There's another way you can do clips for audios, but this one is specifically for video.
Okay, and while I've got you, this glow up thing, it's just for your viewpoint. It has nothing to do with something that your audience is going to see. Is that correct?
Would you restate that question a different way?
The glow up thing,
Mhm.
it allows you to see your page differently, but it's not about an audience seeing something differently, is it?
No, so it's a different user experience as
It
a
is.
Canva
Okay, so it's
user.
for the user. Okay, very good.
Yes.
And last but not least, highlights, video clips, same as reels.
So you can create a reel.
Okay,
Highlights is the way to just get a clip from a video
okay.
within Canva. It's an editing tool.
Whether
Reels is something you can create that you create to post on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, the video content though, does it have to be your video content or is it just something that you snagged off of YouTube or?
You can. I would never suggest that you take someone else's content and do that.
That's why I'm
But
asking.
right, because that's copyright issues, right? Those
Okay.
are different. Those are different conversations that we're having.
All
But
right,
you
thank
can
you.
take any video that you have access to, upload it, and create and do a clip from it. Scott, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm now letting you resume back to our regular schedule. Linda has a question, but I'm going to wait on that one, Linda, and we'll cover that in a moment. Thank you. Go ahead, Pearl.
No. All right. So back to Magic Studio. Okay. So we talked about resites, Magic Write. For anyone who saw Brandy's presentation about AI, which I love, and if you haven't, definitely go back and watch it. She gave a lot of amazing tips, tools, and tricks. Magic Write is Canva's answer to Chat GPT and other AI writing capabilities and softwares out there. They've built it into Canva now. And I actually used part of this presentation. This presentation started with me just typing into Magic Write, hey, what are 10 top things you love about Canva? And we went from there. I didn't agree with their picks, so I made my own. But it was still a great way to start the conversation. In fact, this title right here, I wrote my title, didn't really like it, so I asked Magic Write to do a little update for me, a rewrite, and this is what it came up with, and I did like it. So, 50-50 right now with Magic Write. The thing I also like about Magic Write is right here, brand voice. So if you have content that you've already written that you like that showcases the sound of you as a personal brand or you as an organization, your business, you can put it into Canva, into brand voice to help it learn how to write like you. So now it's going to take all that AI capability and go, okay, she talks about these things in this manner, style, and way. He talks about these things this way. And the more you do that, the more it learns to write like you. The AI learns that. But you can give it a head start by updating. And you have to put in content. You can say, I like to be friendly. I like to be authoritative. I like to be fill in the blank. And it starts to learn that's how I should bring copy up to you. So that's what I love about Magic Write. Now let's talk about Magic Switch. For a while, resize was one of my favorite things in Canva. This might take it over. I had way too much fun here. So the 3 things on Magic Switch. One is translate. You can translate pretty much any of your content that you've created in Canva, and you can upload content that you haven't created into Canva. You can just upload it as well and translate it to a different language. I didn't research to see how many languages, but they have a lot and rare languages than I would have anticipated. In fact, they have my dad's language in there, which is Yoruba. So I took my presentation and translated it into Yoruba, and I plan on sending it to my dad to see how correct it was. Next thing is transform. This is where you can take any of your designs and turn it into docs. They have specific docs that you can specific documents, like you can do an executive summary, or you can do a blog post, or you can do an outline. So let's say you're doing a presentation, you're teaching a class, you can create that outline for it and then have that ready to go. And you don't have to start from scratch. Or because we have our songbird here with us again today, you can even convert it, transform it into a song. So this image here is my presentation turned into a song. So if anyone's interested in what Canva wrote and turned my presentation into Canva's ultimate glow up song, let me know. Drop your email into the chat and I will send you the verses of the song that was created for my presentation. But the point is, it allows you to save time and not have to start from scratch. And then convert allows you to take anything else and convert it into a presentation. So as we're learning, we are all very busy, and these tools just help you not have to start from scratch. If that's a thing, for me it is, even though I know stuff, after a while I get tired. So this is a great way to get started. And then if you already have content that you like, it's a great way for you to repurpose it very quickly and easily. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about is enhance voice. How many people have done like a live recording? You just did a quick recording, whether it's for your story or for reels, and you were out and about and it had a lot of background noise and you wish you could have gotten rid of that background noise. I'm going to assume some hands are raised. Yeah. Okay. Well, enhance voice is your new friend. What you're going to do, we're going to stop that video for now. What you do is you'd select a video, and then you'll have a top toolbar, click audio, and when you click audio, you have two options. One of them is enhance voice. And what enhance voice does is it goes through that video and removes the background noise from it so that the speaking becomes clear. So I'm going to play the clip that I played earlier, but I want you to know if you can notice the difference. All right, did anyone notice difference?
Well, I didn't hear anything. I only saw the clip. Did anybody else hear anything?
Okay. It was very low. I heard
Yes.
it, but that's because I'm used to it. But it was very low. And the reason it was low is because they took out all the background noise, which in this clip that I selected was basically most of it. The whole video, minute long, they have some speaking. And what happens is the speaking becomes very clear because all the background noise is gone now. You don't hear all the cheering, all of the going abouts. You just hear the speaking. So it's great for those videos where wherever you were, for whatever reason, there's noise you don't want, it will remove that for you automatically.
Pearl,
And then
can you select when you want this to happen within the video? So you have the ambient noise and then it disappears and you hear the speaker and then the ambient noise comes back, or is it just all or nothing?
that's a great question. And I haven't played that specifically to be able to answer it right now, but I'll check and get back to you.
Okay. And just by way of example, I had a video toast from a best man in Guam that I played, and all you could hear was the ocean water behind him. Just the waves, the waves, the waves. It was beautiful, but it was just too much noise and you couldn't hear him do the toast. So this would have been wonderful. Thank you.
Yes, this would have been wonderful. Here's the other thing. Someone was talking about video extraction. Here's how you can extract the video from the audio from your video. So here now, instead of clicking enhance voice, click extract audio, and it will pull your audio as a separate track that you can now download and use in other places. So let's say you have an audio only podcast, you can record yourself on Zoom or somewhere else, and then just extract that audio from it and go from there.
And Robert from Duo Ocotillo was asking if they record themselves live on their iPhone. Could they extract the noise, or would it also take away the music?
You know, that would be a test. That would be an interesting test to do. I don't know the answer yet to that question specifically. I do know, and I know that a lot of you didn't hear it, but if I play this again and ask everyone to maybe pump up their volume, you can still actually hear the music a little bit. It's just no longer as prominent as it once was.
Robert, report back to us if you use Canva and let us know how it goes.
Any other questions before I move forward? I'm going to take that as a no. Continue. All right, the next one is not as exciting, but it's great if you are a collaborator, you're working with a lot of clients. You can now provide feedback within your designs, which is lovely. So there's two things that they've added. One is commenting mode, which basically when you click anything, any item, any design, whether it's a video, whether it's Instagram post, it's a document that you're working on, click on it, and then a short toolbar will show up, and one of them will have a little comment bubble. So you can just put that comment bubble on there, make your comment, click upload, and now when that person receives it to edit, they can just reply back into that comment or do whatever. If you had provided direction, they can just do what it is. And so it just makes your back and forth communication better. This way you don't have to download it, make your comments, email it back. You can just do it all in the design because you can add your teams here and they all have access to that design. Suggesting mode and commenting mode works on your older designs and new designs. Suggesting mode right now only works on new designs. So for example, when I was creating this presentation, well, let me restate that. Suggesting mode only works for your documents. So I can't use just suggesting mode, even though I had text in here, it doesn't show up. But when you're doing documents, so if you're working on a blog post, you're working on an outline, executive summary, things like that, suggesting mode is the same thing as track changes in Word. But again, when you haven't had that before, it's lovely. It'll track the changes that you're making. And then when you're sending it back, either for feedback, let's say you're sending it to a client and you're for feedback, or you're sending it to an assistant or your team member, they can now accept or reject those changes. And it doesn't mess up the document. It'll make the change only if it's accepted or rejected. But it checks it so they can see what it is that you want changed and why you were changing it. All right. Update number 6 is work kits. And this is really great. So again, the theme was work redesigned, and they're talking to letting both enterprise, so these are the large, big companies like Disney and Intel and all these companies know that you can also use Canva. But the great thing is Canva was created for us in mind. So work kits work for you as well. What work kits are curated templates and resources in different areas. The first that they launched was marketing, sales, HR, and creatives. And you may not be big enough to have a whole team, but you can use all of them. And I went into every single one of them. HR has one of the updates that I love, which we're going to talk about next. It's under the HR work kit. Sales, if you need to do a presentation, if you need to do a sales onboarding plan, go to the sales work kit because they already have templates that they know work and have great results that you can use as a starting base, and then also update to your brand. And then they have resources, blogs, tools that work well with Canva, that work well in the world of sales. Same thing with marketing. I went in there, there's so many great things, creative, so many great things. So play around in them. And the last, but certainly not least, is learning courses. I'm very excited about this because as my business coach, David Hepburn knows, I've been talking about creating my own set of learning courses, and you can now do that in Canva. What that means is you can create your whole course. So all the pieces and design them right here. And then you can actually, they're hosted on Canva. So you can share it directly from there over here. We can't see it in this picture, is the ability to share. Now, if you share it, anyone who goes to that course will have to have a Canva account, but they can get one for free and they have access to it. The nice thing is you get to see how many people have actually viewed your page, viewed your course, where they are in the course. You get a lot of insights from it. And eventually you'll be able to create this course, download it and embed it or upload it to a website that you want to have it at. That's not there yet, but that was literally the first question pretty much everyone at the conference was asking about that. So they know that that's at the top of the list to be able to have this go somewhere else. The thing is, the workaround is you can download each individual piece of your course and then upload it where you need to be. But at least you've laid it out here, you've created it out here, and then you can see it very well.
Pearl, I'm just going to jump in here because you said something really important. As teachers, we're always learning. We never stop learning. Even though we're teaching, we are also in the process of learning. And the idea that this would show you where people are within the course, maybe where they got stuck or where they fell off or where they stopped. All of those things are training tools for us as educators or as salespeople. What in my campaign turned somebody off that they said remove me from your list? What was that message that they received just before the remove request? Right? Was it
Yeah, and I love that you said campaign, because you could create your whole email campaign or just a general campaign in here and then use it somewhere else or use it from here. Sorry to interrupt your interruption, Scott.
You're doing great. Carry on.
Well, those are the 7 quick updates that I wanted to share with you. I know just sped through that very fast, but I wanted to leave time for questions. Just a quick reminder, we talked about the Glow Up, which is the redesigned homepage and so much more. It's just a redesigned look and feel of Canva. Highlights, which is where you have the opportunity to do video clips. Magic Studio redesigned so much under that. My favorite theme right now is Switch, where it allows you to create all kinds of things right on brand within your design. Enhanced voice, which is great for removing background noise. And then also you can extract your audio, efficiency in providing feedback, work kits, which are curated resources for marketing, sales, HR, and creative, and then learning courses to create those workflows right there for you.
Pearl, I know that you have limited viewing when you're sharing your screen, but if you can leave this up for just a moment, there were some great questions. Everybody's clapping, so we're really happy. We're going to get to Q&A, but I have some questions that you may want to refer back to a page in your presentation. Work kits and learning courses. Linda had asked about audio being included. Can you include audio in your learning courses?
You can. So learning courses is in here in learning courses, you're creating your specific things. So Linda, you could create a presentation. Your first beginning of your course would be, let's say, a presentation introduction. So then you would create a new design presentation. And with studio recording, you can now record that audio only, or you can have it be your face and your screen being recorded. And that would be the first thing. And then maybe the next thing is a workbook, and you would create that, and then you would just build from there.
So you can do a combination of written and video.
Correct.
Excellent. I think that answers her question, but I'm going to let Linda rephrase or ask her question regarding various uses such as sales, marketing, and advertising. I think that it relates a little bit to what you covered in the kits, but I'm going to let Linda ask.
Yeah, I was just thinking sometimes I'm not that creative. And I was wondering, for instance, what are the, what do you use most and why? And I don't mean just for sales or marketing. I mean, you know, are you making a product announcement? So what are the things that you use most for what reasons? Then just give me
Oh,
three, because I know there's a bunch.
There is. That's a great question. And Linda, all this that I showed you is only a week old. So as far
Okay.
as in the new world, I don't have an answer for you yet.
Okay.
Oh, but in general,
In
Pearl, in general,
Yeah, that's what I say.
Canva,
But in general, for Canva, I've used it a lot for my social media.
Okay.
So they have a lot of templates. So for me, it was a great way to start. Brand Kit, which I didn't talk about here, but I do talk about in my other video that was dropped into the chat, uploading all of my brand components. So my logos, colors, everything. That means then I can create any presentation, any document, any social media on brand because I already have all that information uploaded and I have to remember it anymore. So that's a huge resource and absolutely say, go ahead and do that. And then right now, I'm going to guess I use Magic Resize a lot because I create one thing. You don't like this presentation, there are probably 10 things, 10 versions of this that I've created now as I was playing around. But Resize was my another biggest tool that I used. So I could create one thing and then I could change it into all these different formats. Magic Switch right now is a lot of fun, especially Transform, because if you do a presentation and you want a quick executive summary, that is fantastic. I mean, I need to do, when I'm uploading a video up onto YouTube, you usually want to put in a summary, but I don't do that because I don't want to have to rewrite or think through that 20-minute video. What were the key points? Now I don't have to do that. I can just click on Transform, Executive Summary, and Canva will do that for me. Or creating an outline. You know, David Hepburn does a lot of classes, and so he can use that, create his presentation, create an outline, and then have that sent over. Linda, I saw your hand raised, so I'll let you ask the question.
No, I used Canva way back, and I did a bunch of apps in the first version that I used. Then I got the upgraded version or another one, and I could not transfer the information from the first one to the next one. I mean, I even talked to them and everything. So can past Canva designs be transferred or over to this version?
They should transfer automatically. So all of my designs transferred over. This presentation actually is an old presentation. It's probably 3 or 4 years old that I repurposed and updated for this presentation today.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what happened there. That's a unique situation. So I do apologize. I don't have a better answer for you.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Thank you.
you're doing great, Pearl. You're
Yeah,
doing absolutely
very
great.
good.
The resizing thing, is it about just the size that you see, or is it also the resizing, meaning that it's
So it's a different format.
do you know what I'm talking about?
So like I mentioned, I'm gonna go, apologize, I'm gonna go back to the beginning here. Okay, so this is the cover presentation. Scott, I know you saw it at least quickly. I had done a post saying excited to talk about the Love of Canva and posted that in both in our EE group and in this event chat. What I did is I took this first page of this presentation and resized it to an Instagram post. And that's the image you saw posted.
Oh, okay. All right. So there's a difference between resizing, meaning the shape, the configuration of something, and then the resizing, meaning it's 500 pixels and now it's 20 pixels. Does it
Right.
also
So
do the other kind?
So it resizes shape. So I could have resized this to a document, an 8.5, 11, which I've done. I actually did the reverse. I had created a series of Instagram posts talking about something, and then I liked it so much that I wanted to use it as a lead magnet. So I resized it to a document, an 8.5 by 11 document, and it completely changed both the shape, size, and turned it into a PDF for me.
But it didn't turn people fat or skinny.
No, so it's not. It keeps the authenticity of the image, the content, pretty well. Now it's really well. When it first started, you know, there's times you had to make adjustments, but now that with all the tech and how many times people have used it, they've adjusted it. So it does a really good job of resizing where for the most part, I really have to do a lot of editing or changing to the new document that I created or the new design that I created.
Okay, thank you. And thank you, Felicia. Resolution, that's the word I was looking for, and got you covered. Thank you. A lot of conversation here about video editing, audio editing. Can you fade in, fade out video and or audio from the videos? Is it a full video editor or is it just a
They're getting
simplistic?
there. So the things that I brought up to you were their new enhancements. They've had audio. You can add audio into your video. If you listen to any of my YouTube videos and you hear like background ambient music,
Mhm.
I pulled that directly from Canva. So you can fade, you can have a soft fade in or out on your intro or your outro of your music. Those are things that have existed in Canva for some time now. I was just giving you, here's the next level, brand new things.
Great. And I thought that was the case, but Sherry had asked and Greg had a couple of questions about it. So I wanted to make sure that we touched on it. That link that Pearl had referenced that we had posted in the chat earlier, some of you came in after, so I posted it again just a moment ago. And that, if this is For the Love of Canva 2, that link is to her original first version, and it covers a lot of the, I don't want to say basics, but it is getting to know Canva.
It is,
in
it's
its
getting
first
to know
stage.
Canva. As I'm playing with Canva 2, I don't can't call it 2.0, but the glow up, I am going to be doing more short teaching moment videos as well. So if you would like to get those or get on my email listserv, please go ahead. Feel free to drop your email into the chat and I will add you. And as that content is being created and sent, I will make sure that you're included to receive those as well. Because again, the glow up has been out for 1 week, having a lot of fun playing with it, but there are a lot of things. Last night I went down a almost 4 hour rabbit trail creating and financing this presentation for you all, and then remembered I probably should get some sleep.
Okay. You can stop sharing your screen and make sure you save the chat, Pearl, because there's a lot of people requesting your stuff, the thing that you offered, your song, and all of that. So
Well, that one was just fun. I was so curious to see what Canva would do with my presentation in a song format.
excellent. Any other questions? You can chat them. You can raise your hand, raise your voice. This is like the best time ever to be able to get great questions regarding the product.
And before Wendy asks her question, I will say that I had started to, and then we had a fight. Canva and I actually did have a fight, but we made up. But my plan was to have a recorded version of this presentation for you so that you could have that as well. But I'm going to do that this weekend. And then I will be able to send that over.
Excellent. Excellent. Go ahead, Wendy.
There we go. Hi, Pearl. This is very exciting because I've been using chat more and more, and I'm a little crazy, so I'm doing things that other people aren't doing. But your song, did it have, was that just lyrics or was that audio too?
It was just lyrics.
Okay. Yeah, there is something called Suno, and I haven't been able to successfully work it, but in I have another group I belong to about AI. And they've done that. So I'm going to see if I can use that. But if Canva ever got that, this is, to me, to have everything in one place is so much more convenient than to go here and go there and then. And when are they going to be able to do like 11 labs? So you get your voice in there and you clone your voice and you can use all kinds of other voices. That would be awesome. Do you know, did they mention if they're working on that at all?
They didn't, and I'm sure someone asked, but I probably was not in the room when that was happening. I was trying to learn during their learning sessions a lot of things. But to your point, they do want this to be, I wouldn't say one-stop shop, but to have a lot of capabilities so you can reduce the amount of tech stack that you have.
Yeah,
tech
and
stack.
time wasted in learning all kinds of different things. Canva has really good explanations on how to do it. I finally put together that video for my Voice of a Peace song. But the best thing was when I followed the directions, it worked. And they do have a slight, they have transitions and,
Yes, you
I
can
think
do
they call
transitions in your presentations. You can do transitions in your audio. So there's a lot of things. Like I said, I built off of here's what's new. There's so much more that I haven't covered that they already had in their capabilities. So much. That's why I'm going, I didn't know where to start. So this is my teaser. This is my 30-minute teaser.
So
into Canva again.
Jerice had asked a question, and I can't help resist but saying, I'm Dorothy in Canvas, and I just have to click my heels together 7 times because she wants to know how to turn on the glow. And you said something about clicking on a button
Yes.
7 times.
So Jerice, on the homepage of Canva, in the middle menu button, go to For You. It's the first button you'll see. Click on that 7 times, and it will do a little transition. And you're gonna, and it's honestly, it's kind of like the Wizard of Oz. You're gonna go through the doorway and open up to the glow up.
Ooh, Sherry is saying that the registration
It
has
says
been
that it's
full.
closed. Yeah, it
Oh,
says
so
that
they did hit a
closed.
million. I'm sorry. Because
Mm,
I didn't at the last time I checked, it hadn't hit a million. It was to the first million users.
okay.
I'll
All
do
right.
other things, non-glow up versions.
Okay.
I know that aren't in the glow up. They
but
will be
eventually
transitioning
everyone
to
will get it.
everyone. It will
Right.
eventually get to everyone. But this launch was for the first million users. So I was that nerd that was very excited to get in. And I knew if I didn't do it then, I would forget.
We saw your
Pam.
610.
Oh, I was proud. I was very proud.
Pamela, what do you got?
Quick question, because like, as Pearl knows, I've never touched Canva. We were talking about it the other day, so I don't have a clue exactly how I would use it. The thing I compared it to was using Publisher. That's how far back. But when you're talking about these clips from videos, can you actually create a new video from clips?
Yeah,
Can
so
you-
what it does is it creates a new video. So it just takes a clip, and now you can do other things to that shortened version of your video.
Okay.
And you still have your original video as well.
But can you create a piece together video within Canva? Like a clip
Yes.
from here, and here, now blend them together.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you can, so it has that capabilities where you just go into videos. In your case, Pam, I know you talked about liking to start from scratch. So you just go to videos, click a blank canvas and start from there and start uploading the pieces that you want to add. And then you can adjust what part, if it's another video, adjust what part. If it's photos, for me, I take a lot of videos or photos and put them together in collage and put music together, and voila, I have my reel, or I have my clip video.
And you, this is the person who hasn't done that. You know, I remember editing true videos on big machines kind of thing, and bringing in the audio and, you know, with all the things. Can you bring in various audios too, and you adjust that? It's another track like
Yes.
we used
So
to do?
you can,
Layers.
there's audio that they
Yes.
already have.
Yeah.
If you own the audio, you can upload it, but then you can see it as a different line item track that you
Right.
can just adjust the audio if you need to. You can
Okay.
add in transitions now.
Okay.
There's so much.
Kind of going back to that kind of technology now, but being able to do it at my computer instead of in a hole.
So you don't have to cut the tape, and you don't have to splice it together. Just mention, Mark
Hey,
knows what I'm
it's
talking about.
it's kind of like that, because literally I was doing that kind of stuff 25 years ago.
Yeah.
That's how far back my technology is. So trying to find things that I'm not terrified of using that will do things that I'm familiar with will help me. Yeah. Thanks.
Don't be afraid of the new tech. I remember when they were teaching radio, and one of the things you had to do was to actually splice your commercial, literally.
Yes. I
Clip,
mean, I still remember my floppy disk days where,
There you go.
It was actually floppy.
I think you're lying about that, Pearl, but that makes me feel better.
No.
Annette wanted to know if you have any idea when the rollout for the glow up might happen, or if it's just
I
like
do not, but I will
slow.
do some research and get that out to the rest of the team. I'm sorry. I had just had someone else do it, so they were still able to get in. So I was hopeful, and the glow up is very cool, but I will let you know once I find out. If I find out, I know Canva will be putting it on their page as well for anyone who follows Canva.
Yeah. The rollout is a common process these days, Annette. I have 3 different computers in my office, and all 3 of them get a different Windows update on a different day. They're all on a different track, even though they're the same IP, it doesn't matter. Even though they all belong to me, none of that matters. It's just when they decide to roll it out. So that's just part of the process.
And I do want to say, if you're not the glow up, Canva still has, as we just chatted with Pam, Canva still has a lot of other capabilities that you can and should be using right now if you're not.
Sandra, and whiteout.
Yes, that was never fun.
No,
a
that was
typewriter.
never fun. Wow, wow, wow. Truly informative and helpful, Pearl. Thank you so very much. Melissa, new to the crew, you want to jump in and ask a question? Do you use Canva? You're on mute.
Is Melissa frozen, or is it just me?
She's working on it.
Pearl, while she's doing
Okay,
that,
sorry, my computer is super splotchy and slow. So I need to reboot. No, I don't use Canvas. I don't know anything about it. I don't have any questions because I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, well, we are all tech challenged in different areas in our business and in our lives. Take a look at it. There's no S, by the way. It's not Canvas, it's Canva. And you might be pleasantly surprised. It's like PowerPoint on steroids. It's like a video editor like no other.
It's a design studio online.
Thank you. Thank you. Save me from myself. Jerice, you're a power user of sorts. You have any feedback or questions?
No, there's some things that I'm excited to play with though, but no, I do love Canva. I do love it. It is easy. It is forgivable on things as well. So
Oh. Can you give me an example of how it's quote forgivable?
so if you are starting to, I don't know, make some change or put something in and you decide that you don't like it, or you're trying different backgrounds, you can just keep clicking the back button.
Undo,
And it'll
undo,
take
undo.
you through, yeah, it'll take you through a tour of what you just looked at for you to look at what you want. In that respect, I love the magic resize. It'll take something that you design as, say, an 8.5 by 11 and kind of somewhat turn it into like a Pinterest pin shape. You might need to like move some things around or enlarge a picture or something like that. But I love that you can copy a design, like copy the whole file and do, something completely new with something that you've already done, and you're not having to completely restart. The only thing, well, I guess.
Oh no, there's some things,
it
Canva
takes,
and I have a fight out, but it's still a good
Oh,
relationship.
yeah,
We still have
yeah.
love.
Yeah.
yeah, I wish it would, and maybe it's how I'm using it, be a little easier to put the pictures that you are uploading into albums, so you're not having to try to like relocate or figure that part out.
Oh, I can show you how to do that, Jerice. There are a couple of shortcuts. I will say, funny
Maybe
enough,
like a
it's
tag.
funny that you brought that up, because in the glow up, that's one of the changes they made that I did not like. So before you're able to create folders and upload directly into those folders. Very easy. In the glow up, they took away that functionality. I do not know why. So now you have to upload and then shift them into your folders. It's one of the
Oh,
things I'm a little annoyed about. Not gonna lie.
yeah, that's not fun. Yeah.
Well,
So then
it
It's
they,
made-
not.
It
I
made
mean, they've
something.
made it easier than the way you used to be able to do it if you didn't upload it directly into the folder, but it's still cumbersome compared to now I can just open my folder, upload directly into that folder, and voila, it's there. And go to my folders.
And
So
you
Yeah,
there are
said
a
it
couple of things where I
exactly.
was like,
so do you have to start designing your project in the folder to have that capability? Because I don't always do that. And maybe that's where I need to like slow my
no, you don't.
roll,
You can
get to
can
my
actually
folder.
just move it if you click on file, move folder, move to folder, and then you can just move it and it'll still be on your page, but now it'll be in that folder. So the next time you're looking
Yeah.
for it, it'll be in the folder you want it to be in.
Yeah, see, I'm really not good about doing that on a regular basis. So then I have like a year's worth of stuff to migrate. So I need to change my ways.
It's a really good point that being organized, having a nomenclature, how you name things, how you tag things, so that you can track and follow, so that you can refer back to easily, really, really makes a difference. It drives my wife nuts that there's nothing on my desktop, and her desktop is filled with icons, but I have 3 folders. And those folders take me to the different folders that take me to the different places where I need to be, so everything is organized and clean. She doesn't see things that way, but there you go.
I know that
Yes.
we're technically a little bit past time, and I do have another meeting here in
Oh.
about 20-ish minutes.
Okay, so we're going to let you go, Pearl. Thank you. I do want to add that I just dropped in. David had to leave early at 9:30 because he has a training that he has to do, but he is doing CTC tomorrow, coaching through chaos or completion, with over 570 episodes so far. This Friday is going to be great. He's going to be talking about bias. And you can show I'm showing my bias by inviting you all to be there. Plus, it's Funky Friday.
Can I-
Thank you.
Can I
Yes,
say
you can.
one more thing? And Pearl, she lovingly encouraged me to make this transition, was to get the pro account.
Ah, yes.
And it's fabulous and it's wonderful and it's worth every penny. So do it.
Yeah. You know, you can diddle around and you can, look into it and see, put your foot in the water with the free version. But if you're serious about using it for your business, then go ahead and pay for it. It's
Yeah,
just,
pretty
it's worth
much
the
everything
investment.
we talked about is pro or above. Pretty much everyone here on the screen would pro is really all you would need.
Yeah.
But everything from brand kit to magic resize, those are all in the pro account. There's a few things that aren't that you can use on the free account, but as Scott and Therese mentioned, it really is worth the investment, and it's so useful.
Yeah, I found it's worth the investment. So I'm doing more and more in Canva, but thank you for introducing this because I will be doing even more things and maybe streamlining some of the things that I already do. But for the easy way, when I make my own little flyers, I use Canva. I upload their background into there and I'm getting better at because I do it, I'm getting better at using all the parts. And I will be doing another video. I've got some fun video of the birds that I have to get from my phone to the computer to upload, and then it's just fun. And then with little transitions and do a little voice track.
So this might be painful, but I'm going to put it out there. We discourage self-promotion. But if you created something in Canva before you wanted to release it on the world, you might say, posting it in the group, an event ensemble, and it's not a promotion of you, like, hey, here I am, look at me, but open it up and say, I'm working on this project for this client or this event or this purpose. I'd like your feedback. And then it's a win-win. Now, are you going to be opening yourself to some criticism? Yes. Are you going to promote yourself? Yes. So it's a win-win. And don't be shy about that, because we want to help. And I'm certain that nobody's going to say you suck, stop it, and go away. They're going to be constructive and thoughtful. And you may not want to hear it, but it may also be something that you might go, oh, I'm glad I didn't release that. Jerice has a really good example. One of the videographers that we worked with the other week had something and it had a typo on it. Something was either misspelled or missing, and she caught it. Good for you. And it was before he had sent it to the client, I assume. So that was a win-win.
I think I posted the Voices of Peace concert video that I created.
I think you did. We see several of your things, Wendy. And again, I just want to encourage people that we're a safe place if you want to share for critique. All right. And with that,
well, thank you, everyone. And
Thank
I
you,
always
Carl.
have to ask my power users, did you learn anything new?
Oh my gosh. Either I learned something new or you reminded me of things that I haven't been using, and that's as much powerful. The only thing I still have trouble with is putting a title of my project before I move it to a folder. That's the only place I can figure out where to put the title in. So
It's at the top right. So the name of the template's right there. You just double click on that and it opens up and you can name it whatever you want at that point.
double click. Well, I'll have to try that, but you've told me before and I just, you know.
And Pearl, I just want to say thank you as the person who's never looked at it before. And you know my hesitation and my fear that you've made me a little more curious. So I'll have to check it out. Thank you very much.
I'll take it. Woohoo.
Thank you all. Thank you, Pearl. Outstanding. We will see you next Thursday, first Thursday in June. That's 6/6. And we will be talking about your 1, 2, 3, your 1 do not do, your 2 things that you must do, or anyway, join us next Thursday. We'll talk about it. Thank you so much.